So the Victor Wembenyama experience was a little weird. Now, I want to talk about some things, and before we get into the video, I want to get this off my chest first and letting you guys know so we're even in our understanding of how I feel about this first debut in the Summer League. Now, Victor Wembenyama did not have a good game last night. I'm not here to make excuses for him. I want us to all understand that I do think it was a pretty underwhelming experience, a pretty underwhelming game by him. But I want to say from another standpoint, another view and perspective of this thing, it's just one game. I don't think, and especially with all the games that we have left, I don't think if he would have went out there and scored 30, that doesn't make him David Robinson. If he would have went out there and got 10 blocks, if he would have went out there and got 20 or 15, that doesn't make him Tim Duncan. So with what has happened, we have to look at it from that perspective too, but also in saying when a guy has the level of expectations, and we've been fed this, we've kind of been force fed it. Even when you're not looking for it, you know, ESPN post on Instagram, we're seeing ESPN First Take, Get Up, all of these shows, we're getting fed the best prospect that we've seen in team sports, the best prospect in NBA history. And when I say team sports, I'm not talking about basketball. They're saying Victor Wembanyama was the best prospect that we saw in the MLB, in the NHL, in the NFL, in all of team sports, team organizations. That's the type of expectations we placed on this guy. So last night, you know, the tickets were sold out. We're in Vegas. It's the first night of the actual Summer League, not the circus, but the actual Summer League. And we wanted to see a guy dominate. And I felt that way too, because, you know, we see the expectations. And even in France, that is another high level of basketball. We look at the G League, college, some of that's right there on par where he played in that league. And he was very good in that league. So I expected him to come out in the Summer League and dominate. I truly did, but he didn't. And kind of the interesting thing for me, he wasn't really playing center. I think I want to know what you guys think about that, but that was kind of the interesting thing for me because Victor Wembanyama, I see 7'5", and my mind automatically clicks. Put him in pick and roll, let him pick and pop, let him be the guy who's hanging around in the paint on defense, but he was doing some different stuff. He was guarding Brandon Miller. He was on the wing for a large majority of the game. You know, guys closing out, he's getting to the rim, he's shooting threes, he's also bringing the ball up the court. So he is really, to me, like an oversized 3 or 4, you know, a wing on the team, but he looks and feels like a center. So that was kind of a weird fit for something I have to get used to and had to get used to. But when I say this and saying, you know, dealt with some physicality. We saw the highlight plays. You could say he got crossed up by Brandon Miller. We could say he fell. We could say he got, he did. He definitely did get dunked on by Kai Jones. That was a highlight play. And I think some people say, you know, I just wanted to see more. I don't think people are necessarily hating on Victor Wembanyama. I think it's the fact that we were expecting so much and we were kind of let down in that first game. Now, like I said, a lot of basketball left to play. And what I want to talk about, what I want to precaution some people about, and, you know, kind of feeling more at ease and more safe with Victor Wembanyama. I'm not calling him a bust because of one Summer League game, because like I said, if he went out there and dominated, that doesn't make him great. So the San Antonio Spurs are in kind of the process of figuring it out. You know, the roster is not, now they got Keldon Johnson, they got Trey Jones, they got Malik, they got some pretty solid guys. But when I look at the team, I don't think they're the team that's going to be a championship team with Victor on it. Now they're trying to figure out right now, and that's kind of why we're seeing him on the wing. And sometimes he's at center, so he's doing a lot of different things, and we know he has a skill set that's not typical of a guy 7'3", 7'5". I've seen so many different heights, but we're trying to figure out where he fits best. Is he really this oversized kind of freakish wing player? Is he that? Or is he more of a traditional kind of stretch 5? So I think it's kind of that process of figuring out where do we play this guy. And it's in the Summer League that you figure that out. Now, what I want to see more, I want to see more traditional center play, using him like a center in the sets, in the plays. But I also want to see some more of the wing. I want to see him shooting the ball more because his form is not bad. I don't hate the form. He was just missing. And I mean, he went to the free throw line, 4-4 from the free throw line. I want to read off his stats real quick. In 27 minutes, had 2 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, and 4 fouls, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 blocks. So we know the defense was there. And like I said, you know, getting adjusted to that physicality, these are grown men. Now, all of these guys are, some of them young, some of them are older, some of them have been in the league, but these are grown men to say overall, and freakish athletic guys. So is getting used to that. And we talk about, I watched the Draymond podcast with Paul George. So he was talking about basically, we're going to see how would you guard Victor Wembenyama. And Draymond was talking about, I would get physical with him. I'm already closer to my level of gravity. So what I really want to do is get physical, get up in his chest, prevent him from getting to the cup. Because once he's at the rim, I mean, he's 7'5". He can dunk it. He can lay it up over you. So keeping him away from the basket, getting physical, and even off the ball, getting up into him, making him work, making him get physical. And he said it himself, I've got to get stronger. This is some self-criticism from Victor. And last night, the interview that I saw, I think a lot of us saw, he said, I didn't really know what I was doing on the court. I don't think he meant that he really did. I would hope that he didn't really mean that he didn't really know what he was doing. But, like I said, getting used to this, the Spurs trying to figure out, do we have an overs? What do we have here? We're trying to maximize the potential. We don't want to automatically, prioritize him as a center. We don't want to limit him to that when he has so much room to grow. When he has a skill set that is unique, that is different. Because if he hits his ceiling, if he maximizes that potential, this is a guy who can change basketball. This can be a generational talent. So you don't want to say, okay, sit on the block, go set screens, don't get the ball in your hands. On defense, just lag around, don't be in pick and roll actions, don't switch on guys, don't get out on the perimeter. We're letting him do everything, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So like I said, it was kind of weird, but it's just one game. Played poorly, and I think in the future, in the next couple of games, he's going to play better. I would hope he's going to play better, but I do think he's going to play better, all jokes aside. A very interesting prospect, a very good player. Like I said, some people overreacting. Some people are with my thought of process, looking at the fact that it's just one game. We understand how things are looking. It can also get better. It can also get worse. But like I said, I'm not going to overreact to it. And I just want to give my take because I think a lot of people wanted to hear some things about Victor, wanted to hear from another guy's perspective. How do we feel about his first NBA Summer League debut? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, if this continues, then we're going to come out with another video and really breaking down what's some of the things going wrong. If you would like, to break down some of these plays with Victor, just request it in the comments. We can get it done. But another guy, I'm in this video with this, that I think is a unicorn and going kind of underrated, but not for too long. It won't happen no more. Chet Holmgren. Check out that video in the end screen. Talked about him and why he's that final piece that I believe can take the Oklahoma City Thunder to the next level. What is the next level? You'll find out in that video. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more content. That's going to do it for today. And now, we out.